Hey guys, welcome to another video. One of the things that we have to face in our household is visitors, and even more specifically, grandparents. So we have some special guests with us for this video. My mom, Jessica, and my stepdad, Dan.
Hey!
Great.
Thanks for having us.
So first of all, welcome to our house.
Thanks.
It's always nice to have you guys.
It's
Always
always
a pleasure.
good to see you guys. Way too long between visits.
Yeah.
When you do come to visit, I don't know, just walking in the door, you know, what are your challenges that you face with this being an autism household?
Well, I think first off, though, it's the anticipation. It's not just, it's even prior to getting here. And I think on my side of it, being my personality, you know, I'm a rule follower, and so I want to make sure I'm in line with how things are going here and what you expect out of us. And, you know, are we allowed to give her a bag of Funyuns, you know, type deal? You know, is that going to totally mess up her routine? Or so there's that expectation even before we even get here.
Right.
Because we're not here. It's not a day-to-day thing for us, especially because of us living out of town. And so we don't know what level she's at. So that kind of stuff's hard, I think.
No, that's anticipation. I think it's when we walk in the door, a lot of that changes. But we're open to, because we don't know, and we know that we don't know, so we have to just kind of lay everything out and say, you know, we have to start over. So when we get there, we'll find out what we need to do, what we don't need to do. We can't go there and just buy presents and do things like normal grandparents do. We have to wait to see when we get here. So that's a little different.
You mentioned the rules changing, and that's a big thing for us as parents when people do come into our house and they don't know the rules, and we get frustrated, and it's tough for us to remember. I mean, you guys live in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
You're not here every day. You couldn't be here every day.
We don't know what to expect, so we have to find that out as we get here. And the rules change. Obviously, as she gets older, even they're changing. You know, what is she allowed to eat? What is she not allowed to eat? What does the new sign language that she's learning? What do those mean? Those sort of things.
But I think with me, I kind of hang back because, you know, they want, I feel like they want everything here status quo. So I don't want to come in and ruffle everybody's feathers.
Right.
You know.
That's
So I kind of hang back and kind of wait it out a little bit, and you know.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to take over and just be the focal point of attention. You know, you guys have a certain, and by the way, you're doing an awesome job, I think. But you have a certain process. Things have to be more routine, and we don't want to interrupt that routine. And I want to be part of her routine. I don't want to become a new routine for her. And we as grandparents, we don't know what's best, especially not dealing with it every day.
Do you feel guarded when you're coming in and you want to do something for Abigail, or give something to Abigail, or give in to Abigail's demands? Do you feel a little guarded, a little on the defense
I do.
from us as parents, that you know you don't want to get snapped at, you don't want to be corrected on being a
No.
grandparent?
I'm not afraid to be corrected. I'm afraid to mess up your routine. You know, you can correct me all you want. It doesn't bother me. I don't want to throw the boat off kilter. So that's what I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of being corrected. I'm just afraid of messing
See,
up
I'm
the flow.
my personality, so I am. You know, I'm not gonna. There's stuff I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna buy. I mean, things that I don't want somebody's feelings hurt. You know, I don't want to buy. You know, Abby's at a certain place in her development, but it may not. She's not age. I can't buy toys for her age. I have to buy them for where she is developmentally.
Mhm.
And so, but I know sometimes that's hard for you guys, and I know that. And so sometimes I don't do anything for fear of upsetting you guys.
Like I said, I don't think it's fear of us being snapped at as much as a fear of us offending you guys or the flow of things. We don't want to do that.
But I think what it is that we see the struggles. We don't live your life. So we're on the outskirts of it. We're just on the outskirts looking in. And we think, oh my gosh, this is hard. To you, this is life. This is what you've always done. This is what you know.
So you brought a scrapbook with you this time. scrapbook over the years of the kids growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Started back when Isaiah was very small,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2 years old, and actually at Abigail's birth.
Mm-hmm. Ultrasound, completely.
You didn't bring that right away.
Mm-mm.
Why didn't you bring that right away?
Well, I had that. It was completed last year when I came, and I chose not to bring it because I talked with you about it, and you said, it's going to be probably hard for Priscilla. Mm-hmm. Because looking back on that, wondering if when she was born, was that when she wasn't autistic, And the last thing you want to bring is trauma or, add to somebody's sadness or whatever,
You're a PA. You run a family practice. So you're well in tune with the medical world. When Abigail was when she was very, very young, not reaching those milestones, those developmental markers, you were the first one to lead us in the direction of autism. We were upset about it. It was a hard thing to take. It bothered us.
Mm-hmm. I knew that before, obviously, but it's become so much more common to identify the autistic spectrum now. So when I started noticing those things on her, knowing I had to tell you that, and I've had to tell other parents that were not mine, it was hard enough to tell them, but I get the same response from all of them: denial, anger. I didn't expect anything more from you, so I didn't push it. I just simply made a recommendation. Why don't you get him evaluated? Why don't you get Abigail evaluated for this? I already knew in my mind that's what the diagnosis would have been for me, but you had to go through your process, man.
So you guys knew prior to it being put on paper that she had ASD, among other things possibly, but definitely autism.
Mm.
What's the difference though between assuming, knowing deep down, and actually having a physical diagnostic done?
The difference in my world is what she's able to get service-wise. If I just know she has it, but there's nothing officially diagnosed, you cannot pursue, with the way our system is, you can't pursue getting extra help at school, getting extra help at home, these things that are available out there to, are geared for her benefit and for your benefit as a family. The earlier you get started in those services, the better it is for everybody, and the more likely she's to succeed. So the difference in my world is, I can know all I want, but until we get it officially diagnosed, we can't proceed with anything else.
What was the difference for you in your world, the difference between knowing and then officially knowing that she had autism?
I was keeping Abby and Isaiah at the time when things started being noticeable, and having...
You were babysitting?
I was babysitting. Dreams die, or they change maybe. I don't know. That's the hard part.
No, we didn't want it to be true.
Because Isaiah's been to visit you guys over the summer multiple times.
We would take Isaiah with us every summer, and from when he was a little bitty guy, he came with us every year. And it was hard because we couldn't take Abby. And that was hard on both sides.
Hard for us that Abigail can't go. As parents, I see this same mentality from a lot of other parents as well. It's not just us. We see it on Facebook in groups, people venting about their parents coming in and, spoiling their kids or setting back something they were working on, the setting them back as far as, the development of a certain skill, or they're reinforcing a negative behavior, that kind of thing. We do get frustrated. as parents, what would be your message to parents when they're dealing with their parents and their child on the spectrum?
Tell them straight up. You know, that this is the way it is. We're working on this. We need you to be part of this, not to be an enemy of what's happening. We need you to help us.
But I think too, I'm a grandparent.
Mm.
I am 60 years old. By golly, I am going to be a grandparent. If I want to buy her some Funyuns, I'm going to buy her some Funyuns.
And that's true too. If we're gonna get her,
I mean, really, who
Just
buys
like
her
any
the
other-
cherry pie? Come on,
well,
every time, you know.
but I don't think that's going against her or not working on certain things. If she had diabetes, I wouldn't buy her cherry pie.
You know,
However,
you would buy her sugar-free.
You darn
cherry
right
pie.
I would. Because we're gonna spoil. We are grandparents,
Yeah,
and that's.
I mean, that's
but
part
my-
of.
But anything that we've done, you've let us know we've laid back off. We try not to disrupt the process.
We wait till you're gone out for the night, and then we do whatever we want.
If you want us to
that's just
babysit her,
way, right? You know,
Leave
you
her
want
alone
us to
with
put
us.
a
You
bed
asked for
when?
it. Yeah.
What?
9 o'clock?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Not happening.
It's right.
So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, what would you like us to say?
Oh yeah, and you may not, if you really want to work on it, you may not want to leave them alone with the grandparents.
What is your message to grandparents that have a grandchild that was just recently diagnosed? What do they have to look forward to? What are they going to face? What words of wisdom do you have?
This is your grandchild. Your grandchild is not the kid down the street. This is your grandchild. Let your grandchild love your grandchild where your grandchild is at and who your grandchild is. Don't compare.
Yeah.
Just love that child. God made this child. If this child has the spectrum, that's what they have. Love them where they're at.
And I think that's the case. Is that you love that person for who they are, not because they have autism or you just love them. And be a grandparent to them, and
And because they have autism does not mean that you need to treat them as anybody else. Come here, baby. Give me kisses. Thank you.
Do I get
Give Nana a
kisses
kiss?
too?
Give
Give
Nana a
kisses.
kiss.
Oh, give
Give Nana a
kisses. 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 Mwah.
Good girl.
Oh,
Good
kisses.
girl. Come on. Come on.
Wow. Priceless.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. Thank you guys.
Welcome.
I appreciate it. It's awesome.
Love you.
High fives.
Poor baby. Poor baby.
We love you. Hey, son. We want to help this.
You guys doing weird things on the camera?
Us?
Who are you talking to?
And it was still recording. I know you too.